Good morning, and welcome to a review of The Rising of the Shield Hero. Yes, we're on episode 12 of season 2, and notice why I say it like this because, let's be honest, guys. I mean, we admit this from the beginning, but, you know, it's very hard for me to walk away from the Shield Hero. Now, before I even get there, I want to say one thing. July 1st, this show, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to talk about this. I am going to talk about this when it comes out. July 1st or July 2nd, whatever day. But let me get back to Rising Shield Hero for a bit. I understand why people are upset with this season. I've been saying it. I don't blame you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't blame you. This season of Rising Shield Hero has been one of those things where you're just like, what the hell is wrong with the people who have these ideas and don't put the pieces together? It's like the Promised Neverland. The first season of the Promised Neverland had us going. It had us going to a point where I sat up here and said that the Promised Neverland is going to be nominated for Anime of the Year, and it did. And it was close with Demon Slayer. And then when I said when season 2 was going to come out, I said that if season 2 do something good, it might lead us to saying, you know what, it has to win. But season 2 went negative. Now, the difference between, I'm going to compare the two. The difference between the Promised Neverland season 2 and the Rising of the Shield Hero season 2 is that the Promised Neverland went on an anime route. Completely negative. Like negative. Whereas season 2 of the Shield Hero, it went from like, it's like a positive, negative. And that's what it's doing. Even though it got a few, I won't say covered, or you could prefer skipped, or any other ideas you want to add. But the Rising Shield has been that idea of a show. Now, episode 12, I gotta send it rushed the hell out of it. Literally rushed the hell out of it. I mean, for us, let's just read the LN series. For us, let's read the manga chapters. I'm still reading the LN, for God's sake. So, let's get right to the review of The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2, because this is the 12th episode, and next week is the last episode, although I find 12 to be like a finale, because with the credits, it makes no sense, but we'll see. So, there's not much to say about Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 12, given the fact that we have a final boss battle, Kyo. And let me remind you guys, Kyo is a badass. I mean, the opening starts with Naofumi. It's like reminiscent of Season 1. This is the only thing I give Shield Hero 2 credit. They're reminiscing Shield Hero 1. By reminiscing, I like how they're giving us flashbacks of all the things we have missed. To a point where we realize, okay, I gotta get back to watch Rising Shield Hero. I gotta watch to show why I respect Naofumi. And still to this day, I still respect Naofumi. Okay? I'm not talking about the show, I'm talking about him as a character. He's a top 3 best isekai character in my book. In my eyes. Top 3. Now, back to what I was saying. So, they're showing us 2 different types of otakus. Like, weebs-wise, like, Naofumi, he's an otaku. This one. The only difference is one committed suicide. The other one didn't. Kyo is Kyo, being a badass antagonist that he is. Although I won't find it believable if he's nominated for Best Antagonist of the Year. But that's a different story. So, the fights, we get to the lab, with Kyo's lab, and I gotta say, not really that impressed. Yeah, I mean, the animation had a few offsides, like Naofumi's eye. Like, that was one of the worst animations I've seen in Season 2. I mean, the direction of Naofumi's eye going this way, just because you gotta turn this way, like, it's one of the worst. I'm dead not. I wish I could screenshot that, but still, that was the worst thing about it. That animation sucked. Now, Kyo's ambition to rule the world, creating waves. I mean, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Now, the fight scene against the mirror hero, with the homunculus ability, was turning me into a homunculus, like some Full Metal Alchemist, by the way. Yeah, that's some Full Metal Alchemist vibe. And then you got the subordinates want to be, turn into chimeras. Like, again, this is somewhat Full Metal Alchemist in some ways. I don't know if you'll remember that episode is one of the saddest moments in Full Metal Alchemist history, but that's what it is. So leave it to Raftalia, Filo, and Kyo's assistant going at it against them, while Risha and Naofumi went in. Now, you see, when it comes to an antagonist, every antagonist knows you gotta get inside the protagonist's head. That's the thing. You gotta get into their skin. Kyo did that, and I like that. That's what I like about him. He get into your head. So what he did, he just thought about all the rage, talking about, I wish Raftalia was dead. I took that slave girl from you. Oh, you lucky Filo didn't turn no fried chicken. Every little thing that triggers his comrades, it irritates him, and he gets into that rage. That's the thing about Naofumi. We like Naofumi in the rage that he goes into. It's something about him in this rage with the shield that tells me, I like this guy. I really do. And that's what we got in this one. Like, really, it's really great to see that. I mean, giving us, again, reminiscent of season 1. So that's pretty much one in a nutshell right there. But leave it to Risha to, Risha has some development from the beginning. I mean, like, let's look at her development in season 2 as a whole. Forget the LN series, forget them. Let's look at this from a standpoint. Risha was abandoned by the bow hero. He kicked her out of the party because she was useless. He thinks she's useless, but we all know she ain't useless. Then she decided to join the Shield Hero party just to show the bow hero that she could do it on her own. That was the whole point. That she's more useful than just to prove it to her. And then props for her combat skills. Props for her swordsmanship. She can fight. She stopped anti-gravity magic. She stopped gravity magic. She can hold it on her own. So again, she come a long way from abandoning from the party that she was in, and now with helping Naofumi be one with the shield and trying to calm him down. It actually worked. Plus, she sliced Kyo, and that's a good thing. That's good. Okay, now on to this fight scene with Kyo. I mean, you gotta give props. I mean, you can't be like, oh my god, that was a fight. I mean, I know it's not gonna be a best fight scene, but the fight was okay. It was good. It was okay. I mean, Raftalia and Filo's fight against the homunculus, I wish they showed more about it, a little bit more twist, but they ain't gonna put that. They want to get to that final boss. So you gotta love the power of friendship in this Shield Hero, because Shield Hero put all that work at a full blast and leave it to Filo and Raftalia to be on his side. And then at one moment, the Spirit Tortoise herself, with her final blessing in spirit, she really helped out. She helped out Naofumi in a final blast to destroy Kyo. So ding dong, Kyo's dead. Now, after their mission was success, they had to go to another world. They went back to their world. And even though we're gonna miss Liara, Glass, Teresa, and Kuzinova, along we're gonna miss them, they had a good time. Now, this is where it gets a little bit of an interesting. This is kind of interesting, to say the least. I know this is episode 12. I know next week is the last episode, but why does it feel like this is a finale? The way how they had all the credits on the side, I'm like, is this really the finale? Or is this episode 13 going to be like one of a special episode. Is episode 13 gonna have somewhat of like a new villain approach leading towards season 3? Because we're getting to season 3, but is that what they're gonna do for next week? That's the answers right there. So after Naofumi and the others went back home, the queen gave him a medal for saving the Spiritos, while the other 3 didn't do shit. I don't know why the other 3 heroes are still in this. They are so fucking useless. They're so fucking useless. I'm sorry, guys. You see, if any one of you shield hero communities like the bow hero, like the sword hero, and the spirit, and what I don't know what is your deal. I don't know what is your deal. But like I said, when they gave us something to say by, they say, oh, while Naofumi was a finished spiritualist and went to another world, the other 3 had to take down waves, and they had a hard time doing it. See this what happens. This what happens when the other 3 heroes realize they suck. They suck. And as a result of that, even though they took down a wave, again, they suck because they know they can't do it without the shield hero. Duh. So lesson learned, you 3 other useless hero bitches. You're gonna need the shield hero to help y'all win. And if y'all don't trust him, and if y'all don't understand him, then y'all might as well get replaced with someone else. Now, again, the ending did show us like the cast members back from the beginning of season 2, and new characters as well. We don't know where this episode leads to in the direction of next week's episode. Even though this episode was felt like a finale, and even though next week it's going to be 13 episodes, we'll see where this goes. We'll see. Hopefully it's going to be, if they're going to do something to make if they're going to do something to make the last episode good, make it somewhat to a point where it's like, okay, now I see where this is going. But overall, though, I find this episode okay. Wasn't good, and it's okay. And I can understand why. I mean, again, Shield Hero Season 1 went from like an 8 point something, but then now it's like a 6. Because they're not doing a lot of things that we wanted to get out of it. But the only reason I'm talking about Shield Hero till this still is because it's this boy right here. That's the only reason why I'm watching Ride the Shield Hero and doing reviews of every single episode of it. Because of him. And like I said before, Naofumi is a top 3 guy. He's a top 3 isekai character of all time. I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about him as a character. Top 3. Now, if you ask me where I put Rise and Shield Hero in the anime version, like in the world of anime, where would I put that Shield Hero? I can't put top 3 now because after watching season 2 and finishing it up, I gotta say, at least I put it in the top 10. Not in the top 5, but in the 10th. Like under the 5 radar. I mean, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 radar. But you get my point. But like I said, this episode was good. The fight scene with Kyo was really good. But most of the development was there for Risha. And the bond that Naofumi has with his teammates is still intact. So we'll get to see how next week's episode is going to be. We don't know how the finale is going to be. I don't know what direction it's going to be. But we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for next week for the last episode of the Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2.